Hi there, this is Allison with Let's Go Travel Tips. Today is Tuesday, June 21st. It's summer solstice, so I hope you all have a wonderful day and a beautiful evening. And I want to let you know that we have so much to talk about today. So we're going to try to do chapters again. We will put chapters in every day that we can. If my husband is super busy and isn't able to do it, they won't be there, but otherwise we will have chapters there. So I want to start off by welcoming all of our Let's Go family members. It is so great to be here with all of you. I really look forward to seeing you every day, and also a big welcome to everyone who is new. We are really glad that you're here, and we are so excited that our Let's Go family is growing. So if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe to our channel, and I think you're going to really enjoy being part of this wonderful community, and I know that we need you here with us. So first of all, it seems like everyone is picking up on the story that was first put out by Cruise Hive. They put out a bunch of cruise news all the time, so look them up and give them some love. But they reported that the CDC said that they are indeed reevaluating the testing for cruise ships. It says the CDC has confirmed that it is reevaluating testing requirements for cruise ships and compares cruising with other forms of travel. So I'm just going to tell you the highlights really quick here of what they have said, and then we will move on to a lot more pressing news. So first of all, they point out that the busiest cruise ports in the whole wide world are in the United States. There's Miami, Port Canaveral, and Port Everglades. And they also said that New York and Galveston are in the top 20 busy. And I think that surely if they pointed that out, that must help inform their decisions. So it says that as they are considering everything, a possibility is that they will have it so that testing requirements stay in place for people who are unvaccinated and are not up to date with the boosters that they're eligible for. And if a passenger is vaccinated and up to date with the boosters that they're eligible for, they might not have to do testing. And so it sounds like if this is how they move forward, that boosters might come into play a lot sooner than I had imagined here. Although if they do, I'm not too terribly surprised, since they are a big deal on cruises departing over from the UK and in Europe right now. So the Cruise Line International Association, CLIA, they are always advocating for cruise lines to be treated the same as other modes of transportation. And so they have said that as the CDC monitors the improving health landscape and works with airlines to support a smooth transition with the lifting of the pre-arrival testing requirement, we believe a review of the pre-embarkation testing requirements for cruise travelers is also in order. And so it's going to be very interesting to see what the CDC decides about this. I shared last night in our live that just yesterday, by chance, I had happened to read through again the complete announcement that the CDC made when they said that testing was no longer required to fly into the United States. And part of that was they cited the effectiveness of vaccines and therapeutics like your Paxlovid and just all of these other medicines that they have figured out really help people who have COVID, as well as just the overall general immunity in the population. And so it would be logical that if those things apply to travel on airplanes, that surely they would hopefully apply to travel on cruise lines. So we will just have to wait and see what happens. I'll keep my eye out, but it is very interesting that they are looking at this now, but with everything considered, I think it's appropriate that they do. And I would really like to get your take on it in the comments. What do you think of the CDC looking at all of this right now? And in addition to what you think about them looking at it, what do you think about cruising if they take away the testing requirement, especially for people who are vaccinated? Would you still want to go? Would you not want to go? Like now you would go, whereas you wouldn't go if they don't make the change. I would really like to hear from all of you, and I think that we can have a really good conversation about it and maybe point out things that the others like each other hasn't thought of yet. I always really enjoy that about your comments, and so I'll look forward to hearing from you. The next thing that I want to let you know about is just if you are looking at booking a Princess cruise, Princess has just announced that they are going to have a sale that has started, and it's going to launch so that, let me just tell you, They're offering this for summer vacations and fall getaways by offering guests a savings of up to 40% off of cruise fares to destinations that include the California coast, Mexico, Hawaii, Alaska, Europe, Canada and New England, the Caribbean, and the Panama Canal. So that covers a lot of the places that they cruise. And so now through August 31st, you can book one of these cruises and save up to 40% on the 2022 itineraries and up to 40% on the 2022 itineraries and up to 25% on the 2023 itineraries. And it's really unusual that they would talk about some sample, not quite so often. Every once in a while, they'll publish some potential itineraries for you with maybe how much it would cost. But like it says that you can get a 7-day classic California coastal cruise on the Ruby Princess departing October 1st of 2022, starting at $499. And so clearly that's for an interior, but that's really affordable for a 7-day cruise. That puts it at just over $50 a day. So that's pretty good, I would say. They've got a 7-day Mexican Riviera on the Royal Princess going November 13th, starting at $699. A 7-day Canada and New England on the Enchanted Princess, sailing October 22nd, starting at $799 a day. I'm sorry, $799 for the whole cruise. So even with that being an interior, 7 days for $799, that is just over $100 a day, and that is traditionally an expensive cruise up there in New England. So I think that's great. And then we've got the 7-day Alaska voyage of the glaciers on the Grand Princess, sailing May 6th of 2023, and that's starting at $499. And then also a 7-day Mediterranean with France and Italy on the Enchanted Princess, sailing April 15th of 2023, starting at $849. So I think these are really affordable. And then the last one that they list is a 7-day Western Caribbean with Mexico on the Ruby Princess, departing January 8th of 2023 for just $499. And so there you go. Those are some really great options. If you've got any questions, send me an email. And like I said, I think I said it in my live the other day, when you are interested in travel and you send me an email, I give you my phone number. I'm just not putting it out there for everybody so we can visit about it and go over any of your questions and see if you'd like to book anything in that. But I really look forward to hearing from anybody that would like to talk to me about any of that. Now, we've got a couple of updates on the Sky Princess, but one of them I think is huge for any of you who are going to be in the United Kingdom this weekend. Whether you are going to be in the United Kingdom for to go on a cruise or for anything else, our Let's Go family member Diane, who is on the Sky Princess, says that she has heard, and I really liked hearing from her because I have just seen a few stories about this, but I wasn't quite sure. She said that they are looking at having the train employees in the UK this weekend might go on strike. And so if anybody is planning to use trains to get anywhere in the UK this weekend, you might come up against a little bit of trouble. And so I'm kind of interested to hear how it all comes about, and if this really does happen, but be aware that that could be a possibility and have another idea in your back pocket. If you're on a cruise right now and you are going to disembark in Southampton there and trying to travel somewhere else by train this weekend, have something else in mind as your mode of transportation. I know that when Gordon and we traveled over to Wales, and we were doing a lot of driving around and visiting family places, and so we rented a car there at Southampton. There's a Hertz rental car there, just like you get off the ship, and it's really very close there. So we've done that. They also have rental cars are really nice if you're going to go touring around, but they've got that transfer always that goes from Southampton back to the airport. If you were thinking of trying the train for that, you might want to just consider the transfer. I know that's what Diane did, who was on the Sky Princess. They just went ahead and signed up for the transfer to get back to the airport so that she doesn't have to worry if the strike does occur. Another update that we've got both from Diane and our other Let's Go family member here, they said that there is some COVID on their ship, and the captain has announced if you would please wear your mask unless you're eating or drinking when you're indoors, and unless of course you're in your stateroom, and as well as let's see, I guess that's all. And if they always say also that if you are outdoors and you are in a large group of people close together, they suggest you wear your mask then as well. But that's on the Sky Princess, and I think it will be really interesting to see if that continues with the next sailing. It seems to me that it probably won't, because all of those people will get off the ship. But I do look forward to hearing from anyone who will be boarding the Sky Princess this weekend, as well as those of you who are on currently, because we would really like to hear how everything finishes up. So I look forward to that. So thank you very much. I know that you're spending vacation time, all of you, to send me updates, and I very much appreciate it. The next item that I want to talk to you all about is I am starting to wonder, as I think some of you are, what is going on with the service to do with the Princess Hotel transfer packages. You might recall yesterday I told you about our Let's Go family member, Michelle, who is on the Discovery Princess right now, that they had booked the Princess Hotel and transfer package, but when they got to the airport, collect their baggage, there was not a Princess rep to be found. The way it's supposed to work is a Princess rep is supposed to be there at baggage claim waiting for you. They show you where to get onto the transfer bus. The transfer bus takes you to the hotel, and then in the morning they pick you up and take you to the port. Well, they looked all over for the Princess rep. She said they spent like somewhere between an hour or two trying to track down a Princess rep and never could find one. So luckily they knew the name of their hotel there, called them, found out where to catch the shuttle, and took it to the hotel. Well, another Let's Go family member has said that the exact same thing happened to them another time here in Seattle. And the hard thing is this Let's Go family member was traveling with their 80-plus-year-old parents. So that's kind of what I was talking about yesterday, saying that some people can travel, but they need a little bit of help. And so if any of you have had the same experience this summer, or like since cruising started there in Seattle, would you speak up? Or if you have had this same experience anywhere else that you have been traveling, that you have not been able to find a Princess rep and get the help that you needed to get to the hotel. Like I said yesterday, make sure that you know the name of your hotel, have their phone number in your phone so that you can call them if you can't find a Princess rep. And I really hope that Princess pulls it together. I don't know if they've thought of yet calling a temp agency, if they're short on employees, or if it's just an oversight. I don't know, but I want to make you all aware of it so that if it happens to you, you are prepared. So thank you very much for letting us know about that, everyone. So the next thing I want to talk to you about is we've got a Let's Go family member who is going to be sailing on, two things come out of this comment, so I really appreciate her. So first of all, they are going to be sailing on the Island Princess to Iceland in August, and they had booked the transfer to get them from the airport to Southampton to be able to board the ship. So as she was looking over her travel documents a couple of days ago, she realized that the transfer was to take her from the airport to the port on the day of the cruise. And she very specifically flew in the day before, because we are all so worried about flights right now. Flying in the day before is always a good idea, but now I think it's crucial. Just crucial. And so she was doing that to be able to allow for any delays. So when she had booked the transfer, she had made it clear when she was landing and she was supposed to get it to the port. So anyway, she called Princess and asked what was going on. And apparently the agent that she caught became very curt and rather snippy with her, and canceled, just said, you know what, then I will just cancel it. So they canceled the transfer for her. And now she is wondering how she is going to get, when she flies in, to her hotel in Southampton. So I figured that this probably is going to happen to a lot of us, that we're going to be flying in a day ahead and wondering how to get there. And we've got some really good resources here. So first of all, you can fly in the day before and then just stay in a hotel right there by by the airport there, Heathrow or Gatwick, wherever it is that you fly into. I don't know if Princess runs transfers from Gatwick. I would have to look, honestly, or if any of you know, put it in the comments. But anyway, because we've always used Heathrow. But anyway, you can stay at a hotel right there by Heathrow, come back in the morning, hop on that transfer, and get out to the port on the day of your cruise. We've talked about that before. But I also want to let you know that there are a lot of really good car services that can pick you up when your flight lands and take you out to Southampton. You can also get a taxi. That's also doable. And I think there's a train as well. But if you want a car service, I know personally several people that have used Blackline. It is a car service. You schedule them in advance. And you know how when you get off the flight and you get down there to baggage claim, there's all those people waiting with names on the little things. That's what they're going to do for you. They'll be waiting for you and they will take you to your hotel. So that's an offer, and an option, and I'm really grateful to Sally. She commented yesterday and she mentioned the Blackline as well that I know of, and also Silver Fleet. She's aware of that one. So if any of you have used a different travel car service or anything to get out to Southampton from Heathrow, will you please just put that in the comments just to help everyone here that needs to know that. And I am really sorry to this Let's Go family member that the Princess Rep was rude to. This is her very first cruise on Princess. And I don't like travel reps, even though I've done 14 cruises on Princess. But I have at least something good to compare it to. And so I hope that the rest of your travel experience is much better than that phone call was. So just a heads up about that. Now, another thing that I feel like it's really important to talk about is, let's see, we've got another Let's Go family member. This is really sweet that posted. They are going on like a holiday package from the United Kingdom, and they are flying in to set sail on the Royal Princess. I think it's in September from Rome, yes. And since it's part of this package, they are insisting that whoever put the package together, that they fly in the day of the cruise. And so she, of course, as I would be, is very concerned about if they miss the cruise ship. So first of all, it's really important that you go in and enter your flight information in whatever cruise line you're cruising on. For example, if you're on Princess and you book with Easy Air, it will automatically have that information populate and you don't have to do anything about it. But if you don't book with Easy Air, then you go in, and I think it's under itinerary, and you enter your flight information. For our cruise this weekend that we're heading out on Holland America, we have entered our flight information because we booked our own flights on the Holland America website. On Holland America, it's part of the check-in process. If you're trying to do it there, you just click on check-in and it comes up as you go through that process. So it's really important to do that. Then at least the cruise line knows where you are. So if you are going to get in on really close and you can hop on a transfer and get out to the ship, they'll wait, I think, a little bit. If there's a lot of people coming, they'll wait a very short amount of time. But sometimes they don't have any flexibility in their schedule and they're going to go ahead and go without you. Or if you're the only one coming and it'll be a bit, they're not going to wait for you. So it's really important, a couple of things. First of all, if this happens to you, theoretically, there should be a Princess Rep or whoever that you are sailing on there at the airport. Usually they have their port agents, the people who are contracted to work with them there at the airport. That person should be there in the baggage claim area to help you get to the next place that the ship is going to visit. So if they are not there, then call the cruise line that you are with so that they know where you are and that you want to catch the cruise. Okay, you have to let them know. Now they might help you book flights or ground transportation, whatever it is, depending on wherever you're going to meet the ship, or if they are not, then you need to book it yourself and get to where you're going. So there's so many factors at play depending on where you're trying to go. Sometimes I think a flight is needed. Sometimes you're just going to have to drive there or hire someone to drive you there, whatever is required. So just kind of have in your mind a little bit about what you might do about that if nobody's helping. Also, some of these companies, and I don't know who their vacation is booked through, but the group that put together your package would maybe help you as well. Since I don't know who it is, I have nothing. I don't know. But I know that if you called me, I would try to be helping you. If I was your travel agent on it, I would try to be moving heaven and earth for you to get you to that next port. So just kind of keep in mind that you really need to know some logistics and some things to think about if you are especially flying in the day that your cruise goes. But you know what? don't be worrying. Just figure out this information and hope for the best, because a lot of times people fly in the day of the cruise and everything goes smoothly with them getting on the ship. So don't worry about it for like, now is like June 21st, clear until September. Just gather your information and be excited to go on your cruise. But I think that this was really valuable for everyone to think about. I know that this is really funny, but usually I do think of where the ship is stopping next and think of how I'm going to get there, just in case something funny happens and I have to figure it out. So that's a heads up on that. The last thing that I've got for you today actually is two things. So tomorrow I am planning to talk to you about insurance. We've just had so many other things come up that I thought were pressing that we decided to do these. I decided this was more important what I'm talking to you about today. But can anyone comment if you have tried Travel Guard for your annual policy? I would really like to know if anyone has tried that. And I appreciate all of you for adding your experiences and what has really worked well for you for insurance. And if you haven't commented yet and you've got something to share, we would really love to hear from you. Now, the last thing I want to let you know about is our Let's Go family member over on our Facebook group. And so if you're not a member of our Facebook group, hurry up and join. It's called Let's Go Travel Tips, just over on Facebook. You just request to be added and my cute husband will add you. And we have an amazing group there. You can ask questions, share experiences, you can see beautiful photos of places that people post. It is just a wonderful place. So anyway, our Let's Go family member shared that they were just on the Royal Princess and had a great cruise. Then they disembarked for the land portion. She said that they've been at the Denali Princess Lodge for a couple of days and are now at the Mount McKinley Lodge, that they're having a fabulous time, and today on the bus ride over they got to see the tip of Denali. So you might think it's a pretty big mountain. Why would you not be seeing it? It's because there are clouds so often, clouds and sometimes fog, and so it's a real treat when you get to actually see these beautiful mountains. And so I'm really glad that she got to see it. She said that the ship was sailing at around 2,000 passengers, which is just over half. Full capacity on the Royal is 3,600. And so she said it was easy to social distance in most areas. Most people were masked. They themselves wore a good mask throughout the cruise whenever they were not outdoors, and they also wore them when they were on excursions that were not outside. And she said, now that has changed on the train to Denali Lodge. A lot of people took their mask off, or starting the funny thing, I don't get it, that they wear their mask under their chin. If you do that, I'm not giving you a hard time. I just don't know what good it does there. And so anyway, she added this comment as a heads up and said, if that bugs you, just be aware that that's what's going to happen. And so it just is a little discussion that we're always having about masking and not masking, but I just wanted to let you know what she shared about it. I thought it was wonderful news that they had a wonderful cruise and that everything was going so well on their land tour. So I think that bodes very well for us. And we've been hearing a lot more good news coming out of the land tours, the cruise tours that have been going just recently. It seems like things are going very smoothly. So I hope this helps some of you. If any of you have any questions about anything or anything to add in the comments, we would sure love to hear from you. I very much appreciate you listening to our videos. If there's anything that you've got a question on or you're concerned about, make sure that you put it in the comments so that we can talk about it together and hopefully get it to a point that you're not quite so worried or concerned because you know what to do about it. If you appreciate these updates, would you please give this video a thumbs up? I'll be talking to you all again really soon. You all take really good care. God bless you. Love you. Bye-bye.